Hi everyone. Good morning. Good morning, Sir Markim. So now I am going to report my part about the stereotype and the prejudices. So let's start. So stereotype. Um, stereotype is most people are aware of the negative effects of stereotyping in our society. But in the classroom, the impact can be more harmful. So, stereotype trait is a phenomenon in which a student's academic achievement is thwarted by their fear of confirming a negative stereotype about their social group. So, this trait can affect anyone, but is particularly prevalent in members of underrepresented groups or um, or those wrongly or assumed to be academically inferior. The good news is that teachers can address the implicit biases that pervade their classrooms, ensuring everyone is treated with respect, dignity, and care. So here are four effective strategies you can use to reduce the impact of stereotype treat and create a fair and inclusive learning environment for all students. So here are the first. So one is have honest conversations about stereotype treat. Honesty and openness are the keystones of change. A good place to start is reflecting on your own inherent biases and owning up to and correcting your mistakes. So when you led by example, um, you can create a safe space that allows for difficult conversations and encourages students to address their own faulty thinking. So, number two, create an inclusive environment. As a teacher, you set the tone on your classroom, and what you choose to share and highlight can help you create a bias-free environment. So, for example, um, what type of images decorated the classroom walls and features in materials? Um, do they represent all cultures and a balance of genders? Or is the room accessible for students with disabilities? Do you use examples of past student success that include a range of social groups? So, number three. So, expose students to a range of perspectives and teaching materials. So many of us have a natural tendency to only want to hear from those we agree with. But actively challenging this inclination is a key aspect of reducing stereotype trait in the classroom. So, stereotypes are rife in literatures, movies, and teaching materials, and even current events. And while this isn't ideal, it does provide a great learning opportunity for for the students. So, number four, foster growth mindset in the classroom. So, encouraging a growth mindset is an effective remedy to counter the messages of embedded stereotypes. So, teach um, teach your students or anyone that their potential is not fixed. With continued practice and dedication, they can change and improve even with an areas that are currently challenging. So next is prejudice. So prejudice is an assumptions or an opinion about someone simply based on that person's membership to a particular group. For example, people can prejudice against someone else of a different ethnicity, gender, or a religions. So, next example is people can prejudice against someone else of a different ethnicity, gender, or a religions. So, if someone is acting on their prejudices, they are prejudging. Hence the term of prejudice. Someone before they even get a chance to know them on a deeper level. So this is an irrational to know them. This is an irrational attitude and mindset, and one that does no good for anyone involved. And next example is like a person might have a lot of preconceived ideas about someone who is Christian, Muslim, or Jewish, and we'd allow those judgments to affect the way they view and the way they view and treat those people the same. Can be true for people who are black, white, and Asian. So that's all for my part.
Hi everyone, my report is about discrimination, freedom, and equality. Discrimination refers to actions or behaviors towards an individual or a group of people. Discrimination is the act of making unjustified distinctions between human beings based on their groups. People may be discriminated on the basis of their race, gender, age, religion, or sexual orientation. Discrimination is the unfair treatment of people and groups based on their characteristics. It occurs when a person is unable to enjoy his or her human rights. The example of discrimination is sexual harassment or catcalling. Harassment and catcalling in the street are how women's right to walk freely around their environment is restricted. This is form of discrimination and limit women's freedom. So another example is LGBTQ discrimination. It happens when gay or lesbian or other LGBTQ people are treated lesser than straight people. Discrimination happens early in their childhood as they get bullied when they act differently or dress differently than other kids. During their adolescence, they get judged, bullied, or physical assaulted as they explore and express their sexuality. So that is the example of discrimination. Next is freedom and equality. Freedom is the situation to be able to act and think however you want without being controlled or limited. Equality is about ensuring that Every individual has an opportunity to make the most of their lives and talents. So, according to Article 1 of the Universal of Human Rights, or UDHR, states that all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. Equality is to have equal opportunities and right in life, and freedom is to be able to make the independent decisions. And freedom is able to make independent decisions or have different ideas. Because of this, more races and people had less discrimination. So that is the freedom and equality.